When I was 24, I kind of felt that a little bit. Oh, well, you're still kind of young. But then 25 hit, and I'm like, oh gosh, they really think I'm like AARP status up in here. Like, it's like, when did I get here? It's like, when did I get old?
Welcome to my channel. I'm Crystal Levi. I'm a singer, songwriter, and rapper, and so much beyond. Life is full of adventures. Just stick around and you see I'm so much more than just the music. There's so much more to me. I'm a daughter of the Most High, a big sister to this guy. 14 years and a lifetime to go. Being a his wife, journeying through this life. We gon' laugh, learn, and cry together. But first, hit that red button, subscribe, and let's grow together.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So today I'm gonna switch it up a little bit for you guys. As I try to figure out the trajectory that I want to go for this channel, I kind of think I want to focus on life subjects, as well as just girl talk. Obviously my journey to my baby, and the things that women and people just in general kind of go through. So today I want to talk about the subject on growing older. A lot of people do not talk about the subject. It's like once people turn 18 years old, we just kind of drop them off right there and say, figure it out the rest of the way, right? And so I think a lot of things happen between that stages of 18 to 25, and then 25 to 30, and then 30, and even to 27 to 30, and then 30 to 31, and then 33, 32 to 35. So there's different transitions, and I think there should be some more verbiage around how to help people transition through certain parts of life, like mindset, and self-awareness, strategizing, setting more goals, trying to understand how and where you fit in the fabric of society, and how to get past certain things, because we all been there, right? All of us. I'm 35, so everybody that is living has been through these things. And I just feel like I just wish people would have told me, even though I probably would not have listened, because I thought I was just so grown at 18. But I just wish there was somebody that helped me understand the transition that happens once you get out of high school. You're used to somebody telling you what to do all day, where to go, where to be, what time to be there. I just wish I would have had more preparation. So I think that between the ages of 16 and 18, there should be some kind of life skills class, whether that be something that is added onto the high school curriculum, or whether that's something that an outside party can do. Now, I'm pretty sure there are classes like that. They just weren't available to me, to my knowledge. But I wish there were classes that teaches you how to open up a checking account, baking, how to how to finance a car, just basic life skills. Because I knew a lot about algebra, I knew a lot about trigonometry, but how does that apply to everyday life? Like, how does math and knowing math become applicable to the things that I'm going to deal with after I turn 18, right? So I feel like there should be some kind of life skills class that helps prepare young adults for life. And because I think it really hits you at 18, especially if you're in a rush to leave home, you're going out to college. Now you have to stand on your own 2 feet. And for some people, they have that model that they've seen with their parents. For some people, they're figuring it out as they go. And I was the one person, that had both. I had, my dad showing me certain things, but I thought I was just so grown, and I figured it out as I went along, because I feel like it had to be, I had to figure it out for me. And I think a lot of times, a lot of young people dismiss a lot of older generations' points of views and advice. And I remember being 18 and older people would tell me certain things, and I would always dismiss it, like, oh, that was just in your generation. Oh, that was just something you went through. Just because you had a hard time in this, that don't mean I'm going to have a hard time. And I think as I've grown up, I learned to take the nuggets, because there's a truth into everything that people share, and people don't have to care. That has been something that's been pressed upon me as I have grown older. When people give you advice, they don't have to care. They don't have to give you anything. And so now I think I take it in a more appreciative way, versus when I was turning 18. I was just so used to people telling me what to do, how to think, how to dress. And then when older people would give me advice, I would not take it as an act of care, act of love, because I was just feeling like they were just trying to judge me, not thinking that they've been there too, because everybody that is now older in life has been through this transition, whether it was through the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. I think nothing really has changed except the styling, the music, and some things in between. But the experience that you go through with leaving home, I think that's pretty much universal. And I didn't see it that way at that time. But nonetheless, between 18 and 25, there's a lot of transitions that happen. You're now aware that you are the adult and people are expecting you to be an adult. But then at 18 and 25, you still have that grace, right? People still perceive you as young. They maybe give you more chances to make mistakes. You're still relatable to youth. So if you're in certain industries like fashion, or if you're in certain industries like music, depends on what genre, and sports, and you're still relatable to a certain demographic. However, nobody talks about that transition between 25 to 30, and then the other transition between 27 to 30. And I would say that's the quarter life crisis. At 25, that's when kids start telling you, oh, you're older, and you start feeling that I don't have that same connection to what is what is now. At around 25, people let you know that you are now the adult, and it hit me hard at 25. I was working at the summer camp in college. And I'm used to being relatable. I was used to being relatable and kind of, cool with 20-year-olds, or I don't know what age group that camp was. It was like late teens. So I would say between like 16 and 18. So I was used to being relatable to that age group. And now I'm like outside of the circle. I'm now seen as the older people, and I had only turned 25. When I was 24, I kind of felt that a little bit. Oh, well, you're still kind of young. But then 25 hit, and I'm like, oh gosh, they really think I'm like AARP status up in here. Like, it's like, when did I get here? It's like when did I get old? It just really hit me. Like, when did I get here? And so there's another pressure that happens at 25 when you feel like you haven't accomplished everything that you wanted to accomplish. You start feeling the pressure like I'm 5 years away from 30 and I'm still not where I want to be. I still don't have that degree. I still don't have this house. I kind of picture my life being totally different. So at 25, I had a quarter life crisis. I know I've seen videos to that nature on social media, and a lot of people don't really talk about the transitions that happen when you're realizing that you're no longer the youth. Even though you still feel the same, you still feel like at 25, I had a major transformation in my life. I had lost, I would say over 60 pounds, 55 to 60 pounds. I was running cross country. I was in the best shape of my life. I actually looked younger at 27 and 25 than I did in my early 20s. And I'll put some reference photos and videos in here for you to see the difference between what I looked like at 25 and 27 versus what I looked like in my early 20s. It was drastically different. At 27, a lot of people thought I was 18. Yeah, so I did not look my age per se, but when I would say a number, people associated that number with a certain idea of me being in a different bracket now. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't like to deal with, the reality of feeling like you're getting older. You're not as into whatever's going on. People now look at you like you don't have the right to have certain opinions, or your opinions are always looked at through this lens of being older and not really in the now, what's going on now. And so I think at 25, that pressure hits you, especially if you're in the area of music or advertising or modeling and things of that nature. So it really starts to hit you at that time. I think the age bracket kind of moved up now. I think that the dialogue has kind of expanded too on what old is. And so when I was, 25, this wasn't a thing. Like at 25, I was, let known that I was 25. And so between 25 and 27, I'm having I haven't achieved what I wanted to do as far as music. I feel like I don't have a good grasp on life. I didn't do what I set out to do. And then this whole reshaping, because you see your vision at 18 and 19, 20 of you having all this time to achieve your goals. At 18, you think 30 is far away. And it literally, my brother was born when I was 16 years old. And I remember thinking when I was holding him as a baby, and I remember thinking, when you graduate high school, I'll be 32. In my mind, that seemed forever away. And here I am at 35, watching my brother, class of 2020, graduate high school. And I wasn't 22, I was 32, I was 33 when he graduated. But I'm watching my brother graduate high school. In that moment when I was holding him in my arms, thinking this day seemed forever away, literally felt like it was within a snap of a finger.